Hey, good morning, guys. I haven't made a video in a little while and found something this morning that could probably help some people and maybe show you what to look for, for realtors who are showing your clients a home, or home buyers, when you're looking at homes. Something to look for in basements on foundation walls and cracking on foundation walls. CMU block, people call it cinder block, CMU block foundation walls. I probably find some degree of cracking on, I would say at least 60% of the homes that I inspect. Typically you will find, and I'm gonna turn this around here, but you'll find hairline type step settlement cracks. And as long as there's no, there's few ways that I evaluate these, but you don't want lateral displacement with the crack. Rub your hand across it, no lateral displacement. That'd be one side of the block sticking out in comparison with the other side. Then you look for irregular gapping. You don't want to see a gap larger than 3/16 of an inch. Quarter of an inch or more is going to need evaluation to see if repairs are done. And then a tapering crack. So you would start at the top of the crack and follow it down to where it ends, and you wouldn't want to see, half inch at the top going down to hairline or going down to nothing. So cracks like this are common. Now, when you start getting multiple cracks, it is the culmination of all of those cracks together that's important. Not, one crack alone, but all of them together is showing you movement. And here, we have several cracks as we start to move around this foundation. There's just, cracks in several areas. That would warrant further investigation by a structural engineer to see what's going on. Then your slab. Look at your slab floor preceding the foundation walls. And here we have our slab is cracked all the way around the perimeter of these foundation walls. Now, they pour the slab to the foundation walls after the foundation walls are already constructed. So the slab goes in last. And if these foundation walls start to settle and sink, it can pull the slab with them, and that looks like that's exactly what we have here. And then we've got it here on the rear of the home. But the whole reason I made this video was for these cracks that I'm about to show you here, and that is horizontal cracking. Horizontal cracking is by far the most severe crack. It is typically associated with hydrostatic pressure from the soil on the exterior of the home. It can also be frost heaving. So we have a lot of red clay in this area. And red clay, when it gets wet, is highly expansive. And it'll expand. It can't push back out toward the soil. That's all compacted soil. So the wall becomes the weak point. So it will push against that wall. And then frost heaving is the same thing. That's when soil gets wet. Let's take November, December, January, February, even this time of year in March. Soil gets wet from a rain in the daytime, 40 degrees. That night, it gets down to 20. That water in the soil freezes, expands, and once again puts pressure on the wall. So always keep an eye out for, and I don't know how good these are showing, you can kind of see two faint, and this flashlight's probably making it worse, but two faint lines coming down through here. When you see a horizontal crack, you want to look for bowing in association with it, bowing of the wall. And you're not going to have a straight edge with you, but any inspector will. And you're going to take a straight edge, a level, 4-foot level. 6 foot would be preferable if you have it. You're going to stick it against the wall. And I know it's dark, guys. I can't hold a flashlight level on the phone at the same time. This is, where did I see it? Anyway, we are out on this guy. Here we go. Gosh, I know y'all can't see that. But we have about 2 inches of bowing on this foundation wall. This can still be repaired, but it is definitely going to need repairs. A structural engineer can come out. They can tell you the same thing I can. give you more detail in association with it. But any bowing over 5/8 of an inch, so if you've got 3/4 of an inch or bowing or more, this wall is going to need to be supported. It's going to need to be, reinforced. And they typically do that with carbon fiber strips, steel I-beams. There's a few different repair options, but it can get into some money, depending on the width of the crack and how much of the home is affected. $8,000 to well on up, depending on, like I say, the width of the crack and the repairs that they're going to have to do. So if you love the house and you think you can negotiate out some of the repairs, still go for it. They can give you a lifetime warranty in association with those repairs. But no, it's going to take some money to do it. But anyway, I just want to show you a little bit about cracking and what to look for. So when you're looking at these basements, sometimes it is so faint you can't hardly see it. They've got a parge coating over these walls, and where they've patched these horizontal cracks before, they kind of stood out. When you just have your raw CMU block, it can be a little more difficult to see because you could have just a hairline crack in the mortar. And without taking a level to it, you ain't going to know how much it's bowed, and it can be difficult to see, but something to keep your eye on as you're looking at these homes. Hope everybody has a great day. See you later. Bye-bye.